really impressive this first 17 minutes.
Yeah, so Gabriel Martinelli opened scoring for Liverpool against 2-0 win over Olympiacos, and you may have noticed that Evangelos Marinakis was watching putting his head in his hands for a lot of the game. For Victor Gyökeres, how good he looked like. Yes, he missed a bunch of decent chances, but before Bukayo Saka coolly put the goal in. But it means that Mikel Arteta and his side walk away with 3 points. But really pleased to see the likes of Gyökeres kind of getting those balls in behind from Martin Odegaard, who played brilliantly last night and was just able to kind of get the best out of Gyökeres. I think that's what he's really been missing, that space.
Well, a very warm welcome to all joining us at Anfield.
I'm
Guy Mowbray, joined for commentary by Stuart Robson. And a live game from the Premier League on the way. It's Liverpool versus Arsenal.
It's been a positive start to the campaign by Liverpool. They've played some good football at times, but I think they're capable of a lot more. Let's hope we see them at their best today.
Better and better things every game. You know, and today he was the man a few times. One of the blocks, then he hits the post.
This is the Liverpool starting lineup. Alisson is in goal. Ibrahima Konate plays alongside Virgil van Dijk in central defence.
But if he doesn't do that, at least to do everything as I is doing for the team, because he's helping the team a lot.
Yeah, I certainly think that we're seeing better signs and more positive signs from Victor Gyökeres last night. But I think that also with Martin Odegaard, he needs to be delivering those balls in to get the very best. Like we saw him do first balls in Lisbon, where he got a very low goals. And hopefully
that's a really good result. To go away and win required a top quality performance, but today will be much harder for them. If they play with energy and resilience, I think they're going to draw out of this game.
Europe this season. Jamie O'Hara, they disagrees.
It doesn't matter when we last won it. You're looking at form this season.
I'm looking at the ball. Who's top?
Playing better football than Liverpool.
Who's top?
This looks promising from Liverpool.
Who's top?
Free kick.
Who's top?
Well, that's what I'm saying, Jamie.
Arsenal come away with the ball.
Who's top?
Liverpool by 2 points.
Okay.
It won't be after this weekend.
Well, he's a player that many have been talking about. Will we be talking about him for the right reasons today, though?
Well, Guy, he's such a threat at set plays, and his ability to strike the ball so cleanly could be the deciding factor in this game today.
No, I won't do it.
There you go, Sunday. There you go.
No, wait. Don't listen to Sunday. I'm telling you straight. Arsenal can't be the favourites until you've won the Premier League.
TalkSport bet 6-5 Arsenal favourites.
I don't care.
TalkSport bet.
I do not give a monkey.
TalkSport bet.
What's the favourite?
No, pop at me, right?
I don't care.
Don't start raising your voice at me.
Wait.
TalkSport bet 6-5.
Arsenal need to win the Premier League to become the favourite.
Keeps himself in the
Can't
way.
be
Well held.
favourites if you ain't won it.
And the press has
You
paid
ain't won
off
it since
here.
2004, so you can't be favourites.
From a long way out.
Can't do it, Gary. Can't say Arsenal
Straight
favourites
into
to
the
win the
goalkeeper's
Premier
gloves.
League. Well, they're doing pretty all right at
Ball
the moment.
back
They've
with
gone on a
Raya.
good run. They've only suffered one defeat in the league. That was against Liverpool back on the 31st of August. But can Arsenal kick on from here? And also on, just to apply some of our games tonight, we've got Aston Villa to the
Arsenal
final.
with
That's in
width
the
here.
Europa League from 7
Liverpool come away with
2
it.
from 7:45. European football returns to the City Ground as Nottingham Forest host Midtjylland, and the early game
He'll take this
from
on.
5:30 is Dinamo Kiev
Under threat
against
here.
Crystal Palace in the Conference League. Right, Katie Shanahan here with you this Wednesday morning. It's 5:15, and coming up we'll be hearing
That's nice
from
and
Eddie
easy
Howe
for the
after an incredible
goalkeeper.
performance from Newcastle in Belgium.
Right. Federico Di Marco. Good work from Arsenal to win back possession. Well, trying his luck from a long way out, but the keeper could see it all the way. Merino. Wasteful from Arsenal. What a chance here! Saka. Now that's where to win the ball. Here they go. Using the space on the opposite flank.
Well done quickly, that's a very good tactic.
Frimpong. Now Virgil van Dijk. He's in here. Oh, going for goal here. Oh, and that's a bad miss. Surely the wrong choice.
It certainly was. The cutback may have been the better option.
Declan Rice. And it's a little wild. I'm sure he can hit them better than that.
Well, he probably should do a lot better there. That was half a chance.
Federico Di Marco. Finding the spaces, looking good. But that's not troubling the goalkeeper at all.
Yeah, it's a disappointing effort. Just didn't set himself properly there.
Federico Di Marco. And it's pinched, read his mind there. Virgil van Dijk. Well, this is a superb run. Goes for goal! Well, he's kept that out nicely. This could be threatening.
Good morning. How are you doing this Thursday morning? Katie
As you can see, Liverpool have had
until
all the
6
ball in the last 15 minutes. They're creating plenty of chances and looking a constant threat. You feel they have to take the lead at some point with this sort of domination.
How good did Martin Odegaard look last night? He had a brilliant game, didn't he? Keep those calls coming in. 0371722
Given away by Arsenal. Just needs the composure now.
89, just like Craig has. Good morning, Craig.
And it's popped up
Katie. Another
and
good win
over
for
the
Arsenal in the
crossbar.
Champions League last night. Olympiacos.
Well, as you can
a
see,
dangerous
it wasn't
side,
even
but
close,
played
was it?
really
No
well,
debate
especially
about
in
that
the first
one.
25 minutes. Yeah, I totally agree. And look good for the win. We need to be taken seriously with the Champions League. Harder games to come, but we're more than capable of winning them. And Odegaard was great too. Thank you, Craig, for your text this morning. Yeah, Odegaard, how good did he look? Really good stuff. For Arsenal fans waking up to this news this morning. Right, this is Early Sports Breakfast with Adrian Flux. Get a tailor-made quote
Victor
for your
Gyökeres.
commercial vehicle. Search Adrian Flux Insurance for the individual. Right, we've got the best of our pages coming up shortly. But first, here are some of the
And that
headlines
brings
we're
to a
waking up
close
to
the first half
this
here
morning.
in Liverpool.
Inside Newcastle, stacked. Their director of rugby, Steve Diamond, he was appointed in January
Well, he
last
hasn't
year
had
and
quite
departs
the
5
impact
days
that we'd
after
expect
their
today.
first game
Well, he's been
of the
very
new
quiet so
season.
far. He just hasn't got away from his marker. He needs to find a spark from somewhere and start testing this goalkeeper.
Will join the club's Red Bull owners in a part-time advisory role. PSG became the first team in history of major European competition to win 3 consecutive away matches at Barcelona. Gonzalo Ramos' late winner gave an understrength PSG a 2-1 win in the Champions League. And Frank Lampard, Coventry City up second in the Championship. Had you right once again scored twice as they thrashed Millwall 4-0 at the Den. TalkSport caught up with a delighted Coventry manager.
Really tough place to come and play. They don't get beaten well here. You know, they're a good squad, good team, and they're progressing team to be fair. I think they've got good recruitment. They give them problem in attacking areas. They've got a really effective way of playing, but I thought we were a better team in
Back
the
at it
first half
for
and
the
we got a
second
goal.
half. Still all
And
square,
then how we
but for how
managed the
long?
game consistently through the second half. When we had to defend, we defended. We scored an incredible second goal. We changed the
Options
system. We
available
stopped
in
the
the middle.
spaces that they were on the final, where they were giving us some problems, and the lads saw the game out really well. So, yeah, I thought we
He
were
tried
first
to
half.
power it in. That's flowed wide, absolutely flowed.
4-0, absolutely.
Yeah, really pleased for Coventry City, and Frank Lampard spoke to him recently, and great to see him really doing very well at Coventry victory. Well, elsewhere in the Championship, Oxford United's goalless draw at QPR was enough to move them out of the bottom three. So, for more on the day's biggest stories, you can go to talksport.com. Right, today's talking points is a little bit different. We are going to be asking you, if you could change one rule in football, what would it be and why? So, for me, I would make it rolling substitutions. Because when I used to play international hockey, we used to have rolling subs. So we would come on, and there wouldn't be any need for a board. We wouldn't need to stop the game.
The discussions can now end because the transfer has now been confirmed.
Could you have rolling
Exciting
subs
times.
That just come onto the pitch?
Well, he'll certainly bring a lot of know-how to this
you don't
team,
need to stop
and of
the game,
course
get
quality.
the board up,
I think he's
and
still got a
roll
lot
and
to
stuff
offer, and it's a
which
shrewd
would
bit of
make
business.
things really interesting. Make sure the managers are on board as well. So if you had one rule to change your football, what would it be and why? Give me a shout. 03717 223344. You can text me 81089 here on Early Sports Breakfast. Right, the early game in the Champions League last night was an incredible
penalty area,
performance
waiting for the
by Eddie
moment.
Howe's Newcastle
Now,
to win
where's
4-0
the
in
penetration?
Belgium. Talksport Dean Ashton saw the Magpies, but Union Saint-Gilloise
Remember to check back in with EATV soon with more
They
Premier League
stood
moments.
under a bit of pressure, but then they controlled the game. They quickly worked out where the weaknesses
And that
were.
was a
The
wonderful chance.
Belgian
Well, I
side,
can't believe he's missed
PSG,
the target there.
and then they
That's
made
a
the most
poor
of those.
finish.
Winning the penalties, of course, was key just before half-time. I think that second goal was probably then enough to be comfortable in the second half. A bit naivety from Union SG, but Eddie Howe, you're right, I'd be so pleased. No injuries, good performance, 4 goals, and a clean sheet, and 3 points.
Yeah, really good night for Newcastle, wasn't it? Nick Voltemade was scoring for the 3rd time in 4 starts for Newcastle, and was also a good night for Anthony Gordon, who scored 2
last
really
30 minutes now
as well. So a very happy Eddie Howe as they continue in the Champions League. Right, it's time to take a look at what's making the back pages this morning. Nick Ellaby is back alongside me. What's the sport? You're right, there's a lot of Eric Dyer across a lot of back pages.
Well, his surname is an absolute gift, man. Dyer for Pep, Eric booted in face before denying City with penalty. Dyer end for City, that's the back of the Sun and the Times. On the back of the Mirror, Mark Smart for Mick, so it's all about Martinelli's goal. Martinelli, labelled maybe as a finisher this year, but he's scoring some crucial goals for Arsenal. And also I think Bukayo Saka showing Gyökeres how to actually put the ball in the back of the net. But I know the Arsenal fans in the office are very happy with Gyökeres at the moment.
Well, he certainly looked better last night. Like we were saying, it was he just looks better when he gets those balls in behind, when he's got the likes of Martin Odegaard who can spot the space and do the times pass. That is exactly. That's the kind of player that Gyökeres is. He doesn't want the ball to his feet with his back to goal. Much like Erling Haaland. How good does Erling Haaland look when he's on the run and he can just go past people when he's got space? And Victor Gyökeres is the same.
Yeah, actually, those 2 Haaland finishes last night were unreal. Anyway, I think the most interesting story is this World Cup kickoff times. On the back of the Sun, it could be the 3 a.m. Lions' latest show on Earth. World Cup kickoff times past midnight. This is all because of the conditions out in the US. They're talking about probably England football team kicking off at 1 a.m. potentially. So tough for fans here, annoying for broadcasters as well. While Atlanta, Houston, Dallas, Los Angeles and Vancouver have indoor stadiums, FIFA is ready to redraft the timetable, it says here, potentially at midnight or later in Europe, despite the wishes of broadcasters and fans. And that final in New Jersey on July the 19th next summer is due to kick off at 3 p.m. local time. And the heat's so intense. I mean, we saw in the Club World Cup, the players struggling with it. I don't know if you remember USA 94.
Mm-hmm.
You old enough to remember that?
No, I was 3.
Well, hilarious. I mean, like, they had to have a lot of water breaks. I remember Jack Charlton's Island basically drinking out of plastic bags of water. It was hilarious. And then, those, I don't know, what was your favourite weird World Cup kickoff times? Japan, South Korea in 2002 were quite like breakfast games, weren't they?
Yeah, because I was out in Australia for the Women's World Cup just 2 years ago, and I remember everyone being like, it's so great waking up, having my breakfast and watching the football. So I think all 4 breakfast times, but 1 a.m. and 12, I mean, well, we even saw during the Olympics with Tokyo that people were staying up to watch it. So I still think the appetite's going to be there, but it's just a case of getting your coffee in and settling.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we'll watch the football. I think in terms of the Olympics in Tokyo, I think it means here people watch it a lot less. I think everyone's going to be
space to attack here for Liverpool.
And then on the next Club World Cup, on the back of the Times, from Martin Ziegler, he says that FIFA are going to lift that restriction to having 2 teams from each country. So it looks like there'll be 3 Premier League sides in the Club World Cup next time. Obviously, this summer it was a bit weird because we had, you know, the Italian champions, Napoli, the Spanish champions, Barcelona.
Beautiful game, very much on display.
Not there.
Yeah, that
was
super
stuff,
wasn't it?
There is apparently a meeting at FIFA Council to look at this at the moment. FIFA might push to expand the Club World Cup to 48 teams, but that is likely to be opposed by UEFA. Did you enjoy that tournament?
Say that again?
Did you enjoy the FIFA Club World Cup?
Well, I was out in the Euros in Switzerland, so I didn't watch as much as I would have liked. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see if there are three teams that end up being part of it next time around. Nick, thanks very much for now. Right, Kate Shanahan here with you this Thursday morning. Talk Sport Breakfast is coming up at 6 o'clock with Alan Brazil and Gabby Bonville. Up next, we'll hear from Fabio Wardy, and we'll be having some fun, of course, with the front page.
Well, that was a great opportunity for Liverpool to take the lead. But if they continue to make chances, you just feel they're going to score now.
Merino. A turnaround in possession, excellent positioning, and it's been given as offside. He's in here. Oh, and he's tried to power that in. That's flown over the bar.
Well, Liverpool are getting frustrated now. Just look at the number of chances they've made. But you do sense a goal is coming now.
They won't change any of that without the ball. That's good physical play.
Shields the ball so well, doesn't he?
Victor Gyökeres. Mikel Merino. The pass was read and the ball has changed hands. Beaten easily here. Getting closer, maybe closer to a winning goal. And we're now inside the final 10 minutes. Mikel Merino. On to Ødegaard. Federico Di Marco. Good work to regain possession. Just needs the composure now. And the defender in the right place to stop it. That's a good spot, well played. And it's there! What a moment to take the lead!
Well, here it is again. He hits this so sweetly, doesn't he? That's a brilliant goal from a top-class player.
When was the last time you saw someone score with a knuckleball free kick?
Here we go then, the last knockings of a game that might just have been won.
And explain a bit about how they work.
Victor
The knuckleball
Gyökeres.
peaked in the 2010s after that Ronaldo strike against Portsmouth in 2008 inspired academy players everywhere. Here's a young Mason
Well,
Mount.
time very much ebbing away. It's starting to feel like it's now or never.
Now, no ball is perfectly aerodynamic, so as it travels, it creates ever-changing pockets of turbulent air causing that unpredictable movement. Football's most prolific free-kick taker, Juninho Pernambucano, perfected the technique but didn't invent it. He was inspired by players from the 90s and even the 50s. So how do you do it? You have to hit the ball head on with as short a contact time as possible so the ball doesn't spin. Kicking by the valve helps with that short contact time as it's the hardest part of the football. So why don't we see knuckle balls much anymore? It's because players have been told not to shoot from dead ball situations because the XG is so low. In fact, as Opta shows here, since the 08-09 season, there's been a 10% reduction.
Well, just look at this again. The speed of counter-attack is so impressive, and his movement's so clever. Once he gets onto it, there's only one thought in his head: smash it as hard as possible. What a good goal!
Which is why it's becoming a thing of the past.
And we're back underway at 2-0. Saka. Oh, looks like he could be seeing yellow here. And he does produce the yellow.
Yeah, it wasn't the best of challenges, was it?
Well, that could have proved tricky, but it's safe now. That's crossed the line. It'll be a throw.
Good morning, Katie Shanahan here with Early Sports
Victor
Breakfast. Whether you're on your way to work, perhaps you're
Getting
walking the dogs, or maybe you're making a cup of coffee, just like me. Keep TalkSport bubbling away in the background, as very shortly Alan Brazil and Gabby Bonhor will be here with TalkSport Breakfast. That's coming up at 6 o'clock. We've been talking about Man City's ongoing fragility. Erling Haaland scored twice, but they conceded yet another late goal, and it was Eric Dyer who scored it this time.
Options available in the middle. Opportunity now.
2 goals. It looked like
it's
going to win the game.
Here. A good win for Liverpool.
In the end,
overall impression.
you know what, they have been
Well, I've been impressed with their start to the season, and today I thought they played some really effective football. They will certainly be hard to beat over the coming weeks.
90 minutes as well. Staying at 2-1, there's no way that Pep Guardiola and his City side can come away with anything other than 3 points. So don't put your boot that way. It was a soft penalty. I'm not sure if there was any contact. Eric Dyer, very, very clever. But you cannot put your foot up that high with just minutes to go inside the box, especially when there's only 1 goal between you and the opposition. Erling Haaland's got 2 goals. Again, the machine just goes on. He can't believe how his 2 goals have not won inside the game, and they're going away with 3 points.
Yeah, I agree with Scott Minto there. Got to keep a calm head, especially that late in the game. We're also speaking to what 1 rule would you change in football? Give me a call, 03717 223344. You can text me 81089. We've had plenty of texts about this coming in. We've got, good morning, Katie. Harvey, the Fulham fan here from Tadley. Regarding changing some rules in football, maybe the authorities should get the current rules nailed down and implemented correctly before adding some new ones. Hashtag just saying. We've also had this one, we've had a couple about this actually. Sally in Bristol says, stop the match clock for stoppages, restart and play until 45. Injury, time length is always questionable, so why leave the match clock running during stoppages? Yes, I agree with you, Sally. I think we should do the same as rugby. That's the same as what James, the Leeds fan, has said this morning. Good morning, James. He says a clock like rugby would be good, which is managed, so 90 minutes is full time, and potentially a hooter or ref whistle, which stops at 90 minutes. Could also move forward the free kick 10 yards for obscene chats back to the referee, and the